Sony's cultural context training video. The don'ts of Japanese business culture. The Japanese business culture is structured around high context. This is very different from the low context Americans are used to in the business world.
Here are some common don'ts when interacting and communicating with our Sony partners in Japan.
Something that American culture values in the business world is long eye contact during one-on-one business meetings. However, the Japanese culture sees eye contact as a sign of aggression. To avoid the possibility for our Japanese clients or partners to feel overwhelmed, glance down, or look to the side more frequently than normal.
Another common difference seen in American and Japanese business meetings is slouchy and lazy posture. This type of body language shows that you are not alert and can be considered both rude and disrespectful. While this might seem like natural and comfortable behavior in the United States, you don't want to offend your Japanese clients or business partners.
It is best to not cross your arms while talking to a Japanese client or business partner. A Japanese person may take it as you do not want to talk. This shows hostility and it is not welcoming. Relax, do not be tense, and be more open.
Pointing is just as rude as eye contact. Pointing can come across as too strong and potentially aggressive. To gesture towards an object, signal and indicate directions with an open palm.
Now that we've discussed the few don'ts within the low context culture, we will now cover how to properly interact here at Sony Corporations with our Japanese co-workers or clients.
Rather than handshakes as a sign of greeting, we bow to our Japanese partners. We bow to say hello, excuse me, and even thank you. Japanese culture values formal interactions. Handshakes can be seen as aggressive or informal greeting.
To properly bow, women place their hands in the front of their legs, and men place their hands on the side of their legs. A similar comparison is how women in the United States cross their legs while sitting and men do not.
The Japanese culture also avoids any confrontation within communication. This is due to the fact that this high context culture relies on nonverbal indicators such as tone of voice and facial expressions. Oftentimes in the American business world, coworkers will interrupt each other and talk over one another while speaking. However, this is not done in Japan.
The Japanese culture also rely on group work and tight bonds with each other. They can compromise on group decisions, while in the United States, group work can cause stress and conflict. Japanese are individuals, certainly, but they are culturally trained to defer to the group.
Lastly, bring all sources of information to speak orderly rather than leaving something open to discuss about. This reduces chances of communicating in a linear fashion way. You will find that this method of communication will not only flow easier, but it will be more effective.
Now that you know more about the Japanese culture and their social customs, make sure you are more culturally conscious while traveling abroad to visit our Sony Japanese business partners and clients.